Hello people, what's up? It's me again, Youngmaster3, and I'm finally back with another top 10 list. Now you might wondering why am I wearing this ridiculous mask and this stupid shirt on with Manson. It is because I thought it would be a nice idea for a top list, which is basically gonna be called the top 10 crime movies based on true events. At first, I was gonna call it top 10 serial killer movies, but I thought it was a little bit weird to do or a little bit hard to do, so I decided to call it the top 10 crime related movies that are based on true events. Since Manson died a couple of weeks ago, so that's the reason why I came up with that idea. Now, at first, before I begin with the top 10 list, I'm going to mention some honorable mentions. There are actually six honorable mentions, so I'm just going to go through them a little bit quick. At first, we have at number 16, or honorable mention, number 1, is The Town That Dreaded Sundown from 1976. I'm not too sure if that's based on true events or not, but I do know that movie is going to be released on DVD for the very first time in Sweden. And I'm really looking forward to see that movie again. I was not the hugest fan of it, but I really enjoyed the whole creepiness of it, that it is like based on true events from what I've heard. So and then at number 15, or honorable mention number 2, Helter Skelter from 1976, which was a TV movie with Steve Railsback, who plays Charlie Manson in it. Not the early 2000s. I think there was a movie called Helter Skelter that came out in 2004. This is not the one that I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about right now is the one from the 70s. So yeah. And then honorable mention number 3 is The Untold Story with Anthony Wong, I guess his name is. I might say that wrong, but about a crazy guy who basically made a meal out of some of his enemies, so to say, and then he made food out of them, and he sold that food in a restaurant. Uh, I'm not too sure if, like I said before, I'm not too sure if all of these are based on true or actual events, but that's what I've read or try to get the much information from it as much as possible. So yeah, and then honorable mention number 4 is The Iceman, which has something to do with the mobster Andrei Kuklinski, I guess his name was. You have to look him up if you want to know more about him. And then honorable mention number 5, I guess, is Ted Bundy, simply called Ted Bundy and is about Ted Bundy. It's from the early 2000s. I think it came out in 2001 or 2002. And then we have Borderland, and I'm very skeptical if that really is based on true or actual events or not, but I heard something about it, but I'm not too sure if it can be loosely based on true events as well, so I guess it still counts. So yeah, Borderland. And now to the top 10 list. Finally, I've been mumbling here for almost 4 minutes about honorable mentions, so I feel a bit stupid, but yeah, at first, at number 10, we have Jim Van Bebber's Manson Family. Sorry, Manson, you only get number 10 on this one. Now that sounds really macabre and weird to say, but yeah. To be honest, I actually do prefer Jim Van Bebber's other work that is called Deadbeat at Sundown, which came out in the late 80s, and it's about a crazy guy who decides to leave the gang and his girlfriend, or to be with his girlfriend, but his girlfriend's like getting killed. Now this movie is about the Manson murders, and this was very, very. The editing in this is really special, I must say, and it really feels like they captured the right atmosphere when he made this. And if I'm not too mistaken, this took years and years to make as well. So Jim Van Bebber's Manson Family at number 10. And at number 9 is a movie which I did not have that high expectations for it, but I really enjoyed it. And basically because of the lead actor who did a great job as Jeffrey Dahmer in the movie Dahmer with Jeremy Renner. This has gotten mixed reviews here and there, but I really, really enjoyed it because he really captured that really creepy, weird guy type of look. And some people have said that anyone could have fallen victim to Jeffrey Dahmer because he seemed like your guy next door that you could talk to a little bit then and then. Yeah, from time to time. So yeah, Dahmer at number 9 with Jeremy Renner in it. Great movie. And then at number, no, let's see here, at number 8 we have a movie which I haven't picked out from the collection. And that's because I couldn't find it. Yeah, I don't really know why, but the movie is called The Countess, which has Julie Delpy in it, and she portrays the character of Elizabeth Bathory, who basically believed that she wouldn't age if she were like taking baths or blood baths in virgin's blood, which is really a bit macabre. And I mean, it's a real person who actually did this, so that's really, really grotesque and vile. But yeah, the movie itself is really great. I wouldn't say it is as gore or bloody as many of the other movies on this list, but once again, I think it's because of the portrayal of Elizabeth Bathory by Julie Delpy, because she also directed the movie. So yeah, really great movie. The Countess at number 8, and at number 7 we have a movie called Bully. This is directed by Larry Clark. Now, I do not want to go into any details about this movie because I don't want to get it spoiled for you, because it's very easy to spoil for you if you haven't seen it. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I think this is Larry Clark's best movie. So yeah, Bully at number 7. And at number 6 we have From Hell with Heather Graham and Johnny Depp. And this movie is about Jack the Ripper, who they actually never caught, but they have some theories of who he might have been or who she might have been, because there's still some people who believe that the Jack the Ripper might have been a woman. So yeah, I think that's really nice. Not nice, but I would say I think it's interesting theories. So yeah, if I remember correctly, this had some sort of supernatural type deal towards the end, which was a little bit silly, if I remember correctly. But it was really creepy at parts, and it felt so dirty. I mean, the environment where they filmed it, or the environment that they managed to capture. And yeah, I think they made a great job with that. I wouldn't say the acting is like phenomenal. I think they are good, but not the greatest. So I think the whole atmosphere of the movie is probably the biggest reason why I enjoy this movie so much. So yeah, From Hell at number 6. And at number 5 is a movie called River's Edge with Keanu Reeves in it, and I think even Dennis Hopper was in this as well, and Crispin Glover as well. This movie is basically about a couple of youngsters who are going to school, and it's quite famous for that murder which happened because there was a guy who had a relationship, and he basically killed his girlfriend, and he was like bragging about it in front of his friends. That's what I've heard, or if that's, I'm not sure if that's the whole true story, if he was like bragging about it, but that's what I've read. Once again, this is a movie which has a really great story. Not great story, it sounds really stupid when it's based on true events, but this movie has great characters and great acting in it, and I think that's the biggest reason why I enjoyed it so much. And once again, the locations are really great as well. So yeah, River's Edge at number 5. Now I've been mumbling here for almost 10 minutes, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit. And at number 4 we have Wolf Creek, the first one. I do not really think the second one is based on true events or anything, but I know for sure that this one was based on true events of a guy in Australia called Ivan Milat or something. And this guy basically kidnapped people he took them like in the middle of nowhere, and no one would ever see his victims again, because you know Australia is so big and you can easily disappear in that country. And he was sentenced to life in prison, so I think he still remains there to this day. I think this happened in the 90s, I'm not too sure, but yeah, Wolf Creek, if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's very, very dark, and I think the music or the score in it is great as well, because it captures that tragic, depressing feeling. And yeah, Wolf Creek, if you haven't seen it, check it out right away. At number 4, sorry. At number 3, we have Monster with Charlize Theron, I can't remember pronounce her name, and Christina Ricci, yeah. And this is based off of the story of Eileen Wuornos, who some people consider to be a victim of society or a victim of the government, because some people still thought she was not guilty, that she was just on the wrong place at the wrong time, because she claimed that she had been raped by several men, and she basically killed them. And yeah, eventually it didn't work out that well for her. She got caught, and yeah, she got sentenced to death. But yeah, a really, really great movie. It feels like you get more of an inside look of this character or this person. Now, I do not say that it was any good that she killed these men, and we do not know for sure if she really did get raped. But yeah, it's a tragic story. However, I mean, people died, and no one was the winner in the end anyway. So yeah, Monster at number 3, great film. I think yeah, she also got an Oscar for that role. So yeah, I can understand that. So yeah, and at number 2 we have Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I've been talking about this movie for so many times in my videos, so I'm not going to go into any more details. So if you want more information about this serial killer, check out, just type in like Henry Lee Lucas on Wikipedia or Google, and you will find out who this guy was. And also he had like a partner in crime, so to say, called Otis Toole, I believe, if I'm not too mistaken. But yeah, great film, whatever you want to say. Now I'm just mumbling here. At number 1 is another movie I've been talking about for so many times. The Stepfather, the first one, of course, with Terry O'Quinn. This is based off of the John List movies. And a little bit interesting fact about John List is that he actually was still free when this movie was made, and they managed to capture him in the late 80s. I believe they captured him in 1989, because he was basically free, and he was like going from family to family, and he basically married into the family, and then he killed them, and then he changed his identity, and he kept doing that. So it was very hard for police or the authorities to capture him. But yeah, eventually he got caught, and yeah, he died in 2007, I believe. So yeah, The Stepfather, a great film, whatsoever. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it and didn't get bored. And yeah, I promise you I am going to take off this ridiculous mask during the upcoming videos, because I think you're getting tired of it by now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and didn't get bored, and I hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.